Hello. There was a game on The Circle. This is a TV show I was in called the Dick Pick game or something, and I seem to recall I was given the image of Dick Van Dyke to identify, which was quite entertaining, really. But somebody else got Cressida Dick, and I must say I took one look at it and I thought, who is that? Who is that? Familiar, but I can't put a name to her. And, there are many people in power today who are familiar, you can't put a name to them, but you just sort of know they're wrong. You just sort of know that they're behind the scenes and there's so many problems going on, and yet they are supposedly managing this. They're managing chaos. They should have gone long ago. Mr. Putin may, of course, be one of those. Mr. Johnson may be another. Liz Truss, I'm sure, in about 3 or 4 days' time, if she's appointed as Prime Minister, will be another. People who we think, they've already done enough damage. They should go. Mr. Putin, incidentally, I did say earlier that Mr. Putin, that Mr. Medvedev had attended Mr. Putin's funeral. I made a mistake. I didn't mean that Mr. Medvedev was at Mr. Putin's funeral, however much he may have wished for that. Mr. Putin wasn't at the funeral at all of Mr. Gorbachev. He wasn't there alive or dead, and nor were any of his clones present at the funeral. I just want to emphasize that. But now we're talking about dicks. And, so only coincidentally about Mr. Putin. And Cressida Dick. The police have had a really bad run recently. They've got a really bad name for themselves, and possibly one of the reasons is that the force has been run down. They don't have enough people. So even when the government is saying it's going to produce, 20,000 extra police, that simply makes up the numbers that they've already lost. It's not extra police on the beat. This is absurd. There have been so many cuts to the police force that the police force can hardly function, and it's demonstrably weakened. And the Met is certainly no different to other police forces around the country. And Cressida Dick, it's been led by Cressida Dick, who has been wholesomely useless throughout her tenure as far as I can see. Now, she's been running the Met, and Sadiq Khan, apparently, we're told, has intimidated her. It's embarrassing that the Mayor of London has intimidated the senior police officer, and it leaves us in a mess. Its officers are getting into all sorts of scrapes. There's one in prison at the moment who is accused of having spent years exposing himself. It's just wrong when the police are exposing their shortcomings and getting away with it. So, from that point of view, the fact that she was running an untidy ship, I have some sympathy for Cressida Dick because it's difficult when things aren't going your way. But I don't have a lot of sympathy. I mean, was she intimidated? Maybe. Did she intimidate anybody else? Who knows? But did she manage a coherent organization? Did she inject it with stability and enthusiasm and energy? Clearly not. We can look at Cressida Dick's 7 scandals because somebody has very kindly enumerated them. There's the Jean-Charles de Menezes scandal. There's the Operation Midland. There's Extinction Rebellion now in Parliament. There's a Sarah Everard, and of course the Wayne Couzens, I've referenced him earlier. Daniel Morgan, the Wembley Stadium chaos, the murders of young people. One of whom was just murdered only a few days ago in Notting Hill. So Dick's legacy lingers on. She's left a legacy of chaos. And if her departure was in any way motivated by intimidation, her tenure was worse. Her tenure was worse. If she felt there was unfair dismissal, it must be asked why she was in place, why she lingered for so long. Why was this shambles tolerated? I think if you look around at our society, you can see there is a dick everywhere. The Cressida dick problem is not exclusive to the police. They're all over the place, these people who are not doing their job, and you can't get rid of them. I think Cressida Dick would be, I'm sure, very proud to have lent her name to an issue which we see everywhere. It's a dick issue, a lingering, an institutionally lingering individual who isn't doing their job properly and who fouls up again and again and again and gets away with it. And we as a society are the poorer because of it. A dick problem.